When I was a kid, me and my friends all loved watching Jackass on MTV. There was a TV show and a few movies. And essentially, it was a bunch of adults going around kicking each other in the balls, stealing golf carts, shaving the back of each other's heads when they weren't looking, like, dumb shit that was, appealing to kids and teenagers. Time goes on, and my friend texts me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to go see the new Jackass movie? Like, it's the first one in like over 10 years or something." And it got me thinking about Jackass and the stuff they did on that show. And not only did they fuck around with like themselves and doing stunts, but they also messed with animals too. There was a lot of bits where they would go to like a rodeo and they would mess around with cows and have bulls try to attack them. There was a scene where they would stuff meat in their underwear and have crocodiles try to bite the meat out from their underwear. They'd also mess around with insects, putting them in their mouths and stuff, like tarantulas and whatnot. But probably the most disgusting thing I can remember is there was a scene where Steve-O gets a live goldfish in a bowl, takes this live goldfish out, swallows it whole, then proceeds to puke this goldfish back into the bowl, like covered in puke and stomach acid, like clearly animal abuse, and they're just doing this for entertainment. Just disgusting stuff, really. So the thing is, like, do I hold these jackass guys up to some high standard that they're like these intelligent dudes? No. But the thing is, you don't have to be intelligent to realize that we shouldn't be messing around with animals for entertainment, right? But what really pisses me off the most is Steve-O in this whole thing, the biggest star of Jackass. About 10 years ago, like after the third movie, I think Steve kind of had a revelation when it came to animals. And he realized, I've seen it on YouTube or somewhere, where he was talking about when he was in the circus, they would force elephants to do tricks and stuff. And he also looked back at Jackass and what he would do to animals. And he was like, this shit isn't cool. Like, why am I doing this? We can have fun and prank each other without fucking around with animals, too. And PETA got a word of this, and they wanted to sponsor him. PETA is a big animal rights organization, and they were like, How about we promote you? Well, we'll sponsor you, and you can do some ads for us against like fur and stuff." And he's like, "Yeah, cool." And he did a bunch of ads where he was against like wearing mink and like I think fox and stuff like that. And he also did this thing where he spoke out about SeaWorld, and that's what I heard about him talking about animals. I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's speaking up for animals. That's sick. I appreciated that when I heard about it. Not only that, but during this time, he also went vegan as well. He realized we didn't have to eat meat and animal products in order to be, healthy, and it was hypocritical to be paying industries that abuse these animals, especially when like I said, we don't have to be doing it. And he realized that, and yeah, it was cool. He seemed to turn his life around too, because I think during the 2000s he was struggling with drugs a bit, but during this time he also became sober. So, and I think maybe in a way helping the animals out kind of helped him become sober, maybe. So that's cool, right? Well, we fast forward a few years, and from present day, this is probably a few years ago now. He goes on Instagram and he denounces being vegan. He's like, "I'm no longer vegan. Vegans are very critical and obnoxious." And he's like, "I've only eaten fish in the last 10 years," and I think he knows that eating fish isn't vegan. These animals have brains, nervous systems, they can feel pain. So I'm kind of dubious whether he was vegan or not during this time, the whole entire time. But regardless, he said he was vegan and against, animal abuse, and he spoke up against it. But I guess after that day forward, no longer with PETA. But the thing is, he also during this time and afterwards, he still like kind of promotes animal rights in a sense. He's for animals. Okay. The thing is, he does all this hypocritical stuff now. Like he eats eggs and cheese. He was on Gordon Ramsay where he was making an omelet and stuff. He was supporting industries that abuse animals. Um, and recently, Jackass 4 comes out. I watched a trailer, and guess what? Steve is back doing the same bullshit he did in the other older Jackass stuff. He's abusing animals again, getting covered up with bees. I think we gotta take a look at his Instagram because the amount of hypocrisy this dude has when it comes to animals is honestly unreal. Like, it really shocks me how like disconnected he can be in his head. So let's take a look at his Instagram and let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we are on Steve-O's Instagram, and I didn't have to go very far down to find some stuff. Here's from like not even like a year ago. This last summer, he was on Shark Week. Let's take a look. There he is playing with a gutted fish, slapping someone in the face. Obviously, animal abuse, bunch of stupid bullshit. Let's go up a little bit. Then, hey, look. Here's an abused cow at a rodeo. Part of the whole new Jackass movie. Here he is promoting. Here's Johnny Knoxville getting all fucked up in Jackass 4. Let's see how many followers we can get Jackass on in one day. Follow Jackass, please. So Steve-O endorses this, you know? He endorses what happens at these fucking rodeos, right? These cows getting abused. They get ropes tied around the bottom of their abdomens and it usually cuts off circulation to their genitals. It hurts them. That's why they buck a lot. They get shocked. They get ridden on. These animals are seen as a fucking prop. Just like how you see them as a prop for your Jackass. And here you are promoting it for some fucking money, right? Let's go up a little bit. Look, here's another poster of them like blowing. Someone's on a toilet and it's getting blown up. Like this shit. This is fine. I'm fine with this because you're all consenting adults, right? You aren't fucking with animals because animals don't know any better. You can't ask an animal for consent. But here, this is fine. If your movie was like this, you know, I'd consider seeing it if it was just people, you know, pranking other people, right? But it's not all just that. Oh, look. Here's Steve-O at an animal sanctuary. And if you don't know what an animal sanctuary is, they take in animals from farms and rodeos, places where animals are abused. They take them and they take care of them. They feed them, you know, give them protection, let them have fields to walk in. And here's Steve-O promoting that, which is great, right? And I'm all for that. And here he is, taking selfies with a bunch of the animals, animal lover dude. The thing is, animals that are at rodeos, like the one you promoted, animals like dairy cows and chickens, the ones where you eat their products on like talk shows with like Gordon Ramsay, the ones you fund the abuse of, they get taken to places like this. You're endorsing places that protect animals, ones where you're supporting the abuse of at the places that this place saves them from. Do you not see the hypocrisy here, man? Like I can't believe that he doesn't. I think he really doesn't give a shit, to be honest. Not enough to change his own actions, because this is the guy who said he was vegan for 10 years, right? Okay, let's go up a little bit more. Oh, look, here's a picture of him with his dog. There's another. I don't know if he's antagonizing a dog in this one. Yeah, here another picture of him and his dog, right? How would you feel, dude, if your dog Wendy was another prop in Jackass, where you would fucking antagonize and try to piss off so your dog Wendy would bite you, or all the other various dumb shit you done with animals? How would you feel if Wendy was in that situation? You wouldn't like it, huh? I'm sure you wouldn't. But you know what? Wendy's a dog, right? And it's a dog, so it doesn't matter. They're protected. But these other animals, they can go fuck themselves, right? They're another prop you can use to get some more money, whether it be on fucking Shark Week or Jackass or fucking Gordon Ramsay show. I'm an alligator. And look, another poster. Here he is in the front of the fucking poster with him and a bunch of bees. And bees are sentient. They have a brain, nervous system. Even though they may not be on the level we are, they still can feel pain. And here Steve-O is promoting whatever. They're putting bees all over him, pissing them off, getting stung by bees. I'm sure he's swatting at him and stepping all over him as well. Like, this shit's just infuriating. Especially from a guy who claims to be vegan. At some level, I think most people realize this is fucked up if they really think about it. I would at least sit down and talk to them and be like, hey, maybe you haven't thought about this before, but what we're doing to these animals in these situations is abuse, right? Steve-O should fucking know better. This dude knows what he's doing, but he just doesn't care. God damn it. I'm about to wrap this up, so I'd advise anybody who's against animal abuse to not see this new Jackass Forever film. I don't want to give, and I'm sure you don't want to give your money to people who think it's okay to abuse animals for entertainment. And a message to Steve-O: do not call yourself an animal rights activist or an animal lover when you can't even give enough of a shit to not abuse them for entertainment or for taste pleasure. You're just selfish, man. Maybe jumping off a couple more porta potties or second story buildings will knock some sense into you. At least I can only hope. So, leave it at that. Till next video, peace.